Sports to the bone, people. On the so now go on with your normal viewers and subscribers. What are you guys doing? Are you guys fully recovered from what happened in the first ODI game? Tomorrow is another day. No, tomorrow is the second one, so we will have to deal with tomorrow's result again. Yeah, I understand. So we're going to take a look at we can probably talk about a few things that went wrong in the first ODI. We can take a look at playing 11 that would probably work for tomorrow's game, and a couple of other things. We hear Shea Hope talking about the team not getting the right preparation and stuff like that. So quite a few things to talk about. You understand the Ashes is going on as well, so we can take a look at the Ashes also. Yeah, man. So not going to waste any time. We're going to be on for about an hour. So let me just go straight into the comment section without doing too much talking by myself. Let me just jump straight into the comment section and hear what you guys are saying. Sheldon said, "We shall overcome one day." one day. 3-0 series win for India. Sinclair is useless, he says. Play Rastan Chase. It's impossible to play somebody that's not in the squad. Sinclair 7 games, 11 wickets, economy of 4.44, strike rate 35.6. Let's give the man a game. So, Ian, what do you suggest? We play all 3 spinners tomorrow because Correa played well, he will play. Gudikish Moti played well, so he will play. Is it a case where we're looking to sit one of the medium pace bowlers and bring in Sinclair? Because as I said, I doubt they can drop Moti and Correa based on what they did in the first game. So is it a case where we're going to play 3 spinners? Plus Chase was a part of the field campaign. Let's go forward. All right, I'm dropping Correa. He was asking questions, but that was all because of pressure applied by Moti, and he also went for 7 runs per over. Very expensive for a leg spinner in ODI. I don't know if I am dropping him. I don't know if he's got. I don't know if I would put it and say, boys, because of Moti's pressure why he was so effective. I don't know if I would say that. I can understand if you say you want to drop him, but I personally would play him still. Then I definitely want Sinclair to play now. I definitely want Sinclair to play, but the issue is, as I said, I can't drop the two of them. I can't play. I don't know if I can drop Moti or Correa. I would play 3 spinners tomorrow. Bring in Sinclair and Thomas. Drop Powell and Mayers. Also, Moti should be the frontline spinner in the ODIs. He's always been better than Hussein Sinclair as well. I mean, you only become the frontline spinner based on the work that you're doing, and Hussein did the work. That's how he became the frontline spinner. So probably Moti is now, putting in enough work to get close to him or to even surpass him. Who knows? All right, fresh cut. Well, we're back in the classroom as of next week, so just have to cut off the locks, As of next week, I'm back to work. I think we should play 3 spinners. Yeah, probably that would fix it. Because as I said, I wouldn't drop the 2. I wouldn't drop any of them 2 there. And it's just weird to see West Indies playing 3 spinners. But if that is how the pitch is going to play, don't know how to fix West Indies cricket. Old players, new players, seems like the result remains the same, and not just the result, the manner in the defeat. No fight at all. I guess we're just way behind the other teams, man. My playing 11, King, Hope, Carty, Hetmeyer, Arthanes, Powell, Sinclair, Correa, Moti, Thomas, and Joseph. So from the first game, he's leaving out. Kenora is leaving out Drakes and Shepherd, I think. Yeah. Tomorrow, I feel I think they're going to win tomorrow. Alec is not a bowler. I don't know what they're trying to make him a bowler. Alec, obviously, he's a batsman. That's why he bats at number 3. but he bowls reasonably good off spin. So on a pitch that was producing or that was turning, that they gave him the ball to give it a go as an off spinner. Obviously, if there are three spinners, they're not going bowling. But the fact that the pitch was playing like that, they decided to try. He's obviously a batsman because he bats at 3. I'm expecting a rain affected match tomorrow. Hopefully we get a result though. Yeah, I was looking at the forecast. I think it was today, and I think they said something like 20% chance for rain. So let us see. Red Pereira sound like him blow a cylinder, head gasket him water mix up with him oil. Say happy with the squad. I mean, the only where I am concerned, I wanted some explanation as it relates to why Pooran is out. I don't have any issue with Jason Holder being dropped. I don't know who are the other players that could have made this squad ahead of these players. Who are some of the players? Moti Correa better than Sinclair. Okay. Is it time we move on from Rahman Poyle, or do we give him the entire 3 games? Richard, you see, because he's the vice captain, it seems as if people are actually trying to say, listen, let us give it to him. But I am tired of him. I wasn't sold on him from morning playing ODIs. I was always sold on him playing T20s. But the fact that he did some work and he got into the ODI team, and he was performing, I was like, I will roll with the flow. Because I never really see this man as a specialist batsman to play ODI cricket. And when he stopped bowling, I basically was like, boy, he's no longer an all-round nine. So I don't know if I trust him to be a specialist batsman in an ODI game. But as I said, he did the work and he got in. So, I guess he if India win the toss tomorrow and doesn't bat first, they should get banned from this series. Blessings. Sinclair is a must for this batting, for his batting. But the thing though, Sheldon, Sinclair is coming on now as a batsman, he's coming on now, but are we going to pick him as a specialist batsman? That is the thing. The pitch is offering good spin. And we know we're probably not going to drop Correa nor Moti. So are we going to pick Sinclair as a specialist batsman ahead of Kyle Mayers or Rahman Poyle? If that is the case, and then we ask him to bowl some overs, I don't know. O'Shane Thomas looks very unfit. They said he is fit but looks very unfit. All right. Good evening, Sports to the Bone. West Indies supporters are fed up of Hope and his reactions. Let's get some better performance and cut out the talk. West Indies have to bowl first tomorrow. All right. Hussain became the frontline spinner. He was given a long run under Polly, Moti, and Sinclair. Both have better numbers. All right. Let me ask you a question. I have said this before. Over the last year, which white ball bowler has taken the most wicket in the world? Over the last year. Over the last year to probably 15 months, which white ball bowler has taken the most wicket? Not even where West Indies cricket is concerned, we're talking worldwide. Which one in ODIs and T20s? I might be reaching, maybe he's not there, but maybe I'm seeing things and imagining things that Akil Hussain was actually in the top 10 where one at a time. Sure, he was in the top 20, top 15 maybe. Don't remember if he was in the top 10. But I won't say that. Listen, I won't say that why it was because of Pulley why he wasn't dropped. I won't go as far as to say that when Kevin Sinclair came on and Moti came on, when Kevin Sinclair got his game, he did well. You understand, until they left him out and Sinclair and Hussain came in and he was doing well. It's just that of lately his bowling has fallen off. So the fact that they have dropped him, I am thinking he has been dropped. The fact that they have dropped him, they drop him. I don't have a problem with with Moti coming in. Sinclair, as I said, he did enough work to get an opportunity, and I was upset when they had Rastan Chase above Sinclair. But I won't go that far to say that Hussein is terrible. He has been terrible recently, but maybe I'm imagining things still. What we hope to gain by dropping Correa and keeping players who failing over and over. I don't know, no, Glenn. That's why I'm saying I don't see how we drop Correa. Seals bowl extremely well. Yeah, man, Seals looked good. Seals definitely looked good. The first thing that I looked at when I saw him bowling was his pace. And the first delivery, or the first couple of deliveries, I saw that it was in the 138, and I was like, yeah, he hasn't dropped any pace, because he was always hovering around the 138, 139, and then that is usually his highest pace, and then he would settle down in 135, 136. Want him to go faster, but after that injury, I was just hoping that we would see him clicking at the same 138, 139 thereabout. Joseph Leaks runs too much for my liking. Yeah, that is something that he needs to tighten up on. But Joseph is our best ODI bowler in terms of wicket taking. So he definitely needs to tighten up on that though. It doesn't matter who we play, we still we get in licks. Okay. Moti ODI averages 16, Correa ODI averages 38.1, Sinclair averages 25.6. About how many games? Sports to the bone. Also, do you think cause Puran is obviously getting rested during MLC, is it just that Hussein is also getting rested through the MLC and CWI just aren't bothered to announce it? I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. But where Puran is concerned, we can imagine that he was already there and they're like, let him finish out that tournament. Then he will return for the T20s. We have Hetmyer, so no problem. I would look at it like that still, I would want the two of them in there. But Puran is usually a man that is always available for us. So I'm assuming that, they came to some sort of compromise. Where Hussein is concerned, I think because his numbers has really tailed off recently, that is why we are a little bit confused now, whether or not he has been dropped or they are just they just wanted to look at Moti know that he's fit. You understand? Mm-hmm. All right, every pitch we play on is good for the opposing team, but when West Indies turn to bat is a different pitch. Yeah, the thing is, Anthony, I have said it, we are not as good as we think. When we say that the guys going out there and saying that it's because of this and it's because of that, we are not as good. If the numbers don't lie, man, the numbers don't lie. We're not as good as we think we are. You understand? So we're going to find every little thing to pick on. Blackwood Ravman Powell is a makeshift vice captain. Our makeshift vice captains, Nicholas Puran and Karen Pollard to the world. Okay. Sinclair for Mayors, Carty for Powell. And those wouldn't even be the worst. The worst thing. I wouldn't necessarily have a lot of problem with that. It's just that Sinclair for Moti, you're bringing in a spinner, so you're accepting that. Listen. The pitch is taking the spinner, so let's bring Sinclair. The Carty coming in, I don't necessarily have a problem with that, Bobby. So it probably can work, man. England dropped Pope and he was vice captain, and he was vice captain, dropped in the qualifiers. So what has changed? And he was vice and was dropped in qualifiers. So you see, that's why I'm saying I don't have a problem if they drop him, but I'm just saying that's probably why they are keeping him in the team. Sinclair started his career as an opening batsman. All right, starting your career as a particular thing, and playing professional cricket as a different thing. Those are two separate. If you started as an opening batsman, then you need to get back to that level to make the team as a specialist batsman. As I said, his numbers has improved recently, and he has been encouraged to pursue his batting. But I don't know if because he started as an opening batsman, we can think that he straightforward makes the team as a specialist batsman. I could be looking at it wrong, but Sports to the bone. If Powell plays tomorrow, what score does he have to make to get back into the squad for the next series? Need to see a 50 out of him at least one innings before. Yeah, I agree. He needs to get at least a half century. Definitely needs to get at least a half century. This is not a matter of who better. is whoever get an opportunity should perform. We need to stop rubbish about perfect and all. We have the quality. The guys just not putting their best foot forward. Well, Jappy said the quality is there and they're not putting their best foot forward. All right. Because Hussein has had a dip in 2023. People forgetting how Hussein was the first 2 years of his career. That's what I'm saying. I must be thinking. Oh, so the answer he says that Bolt has taken the most white ball wickets in the last year to two. Maybe I'm imagining things, man. We need to start making it a competition among our boys. UNC Yadav say there is no competition among them, but playing their best for their team. So that is the thing. That is the thing. The guys in the squad won't talk about competition and talk about that, but every team, the supporters will always do them sort of things, you know. Why would West Indies want to play three spinners? That's the thing in a CIE. We are not the best spinner. We are not the best team when it comes down to spin. But looking at how the pitch is playing, if we have Alzari Joseph in and Jaden Seals, you understand, and who else? Say for example, Romari Shepherd. I would know, you know, I don't know if it would be the worst thing in the world. I don't know if you watched the first game. I don't know if you watched the first game and saw how the pitch was played. All you guys calling a lot of names. Do you realize these names can't make the transition to the higher game? Who are some of those names that you are talking, King? Good night, Sports to the Bone. I still don't like the idea of us playing two spinners, especially when they're not match-winning spinners. I would play one spinner only, Sinclair. So the thing is, Kurt, I am not big on West Indies playing a lot of spinners, but when I see the prepare a pitch that play in a certain way, I don't have a problem. The two spinners I played the other day, I didn't have a problem with it. You understand? Hussein have two bad series since his debut. Bobby, that's what I'm saying. I must be imagining things, man. I must be imagining things. I am almost certain that Sinclair has been the best white ball bowler. Certainly, apart from Joseph, who is always there, Sinclair has been the best white ball bowler in the Caribbean since he made his debut. He made his debut. Powell needs to be axed from the ODI team. His batting is not good enough to be playing this version, and I have no problem with that. Big up, Mark. Big up. I would like to see Sinclair ahead of Powell. He seems more reliable. I can't understand why these guys can't play spin. They bat as if they are stuck in giant concrete. No footwork whatsoever. I didn't understand them playing Karaya at 9. That guy bat stop order for TNT. Yeah, I had a problem with Drakes and them guys batting in front of Karaya. I don't know if they were planning to muscle themselves, so they thought Drakes would have muscled them to a target, but I didn't like it. Hussein reached number 8. Moti has played about 5 games and Sinclair around 10. Hussein 38 games. Sheldon, that's why I say I must be imagining things. I am almost sure Hussein, as I was saying, I must be imagining things because people can't really forget that already. He had a bad series against who did we play? Was it South Africa? Was it South Africa and Zimbabwe? Who are the last two that we played? South Africa and Zimbabwe. I must be imagining things. I will just trump it up to me imagining things. Good evening, Sports Bone. Please tell selectors to replace Powell for Sinclair. All right. So is it that we are okay with Sinclair coming in as a specialist batsman? As I said, it's not the worst idea in the world because you probably will end up having Curry and them guys batting a little higher because they are capable. But what is he making the team as? Is he making it as a spinner that can bat or as a batsman that can bowl? Because I see people saying that he was a opener and thing like that. Shea Hope needs to be opening the batting. He can't bat through. Needs to be opening the batting. Oh, he can bat through. Okay. Sports at the Bone, the pitch in Trinidad. What type of pitch? That pitch, Sheldon and them guys are here and they are more familiar with it. But if my memory serves me right, based on what I always hear, It's a pitch that will you can't too read it. You can't too read it. You understand? It will start. It will give you some pace, give you some spin, and then it just get totally slow in the back end of the innings. I think that is what I heard Darren Ganga and some of them guys saying. Sports to the bone, big up. I think the selectors, myself and you is messing up West Indies team, because how can we not play Carty in the first ODI? He made 86 versus Sri Lanka in the World Cup qualifiers. I don't know if I have that amount of power to be messing up West Indies cricket, nor you, nor the fans. All we do is give our opinions. The selectors the selector have select him in the squad. So the coach and the captain, they are the ones that should put him in the playing 11. So us coming on and giving our opinions, I don't know if we are messing up West Indies cricket. I don't know if we have that power. If India plays Chahar and Axel Patel, Yadav Jadeja, Windies could be all out for 55 runs. I heard the commentators saying that India probably will play 3 spinners, so that is probably going to be an issue. The only way we manage to make close to 200 is if Shea Hope has plays a good innings, Hetmeyer stop the foolishness and bat and bat and Brandon King and them guys. England did not drop Pope. Pope is injured, says Gums. All right. Did Pope? I'm trying to remember. Did Pope? Is his thumb in? Did he? Trying to remember if it was his thumb or what got injured. I am thinking that to better our team, we need to play more cricket. Our youngsters need to play more. Play more cricket. We need to find a way to let them go to different countries to play more. They need to improve, and I agree. They need to play more. Hope should open and anchor the innings, says Ian. All right. Do you agree with Shea batting at this new number, or would you prefer to see him back at the top? Me personally, I think he should be opening for us. All right. So I understand why they did it. When they started it, I understand exactly why they did it, but I personally think that he needs to go back up there. And I said it in the video that I did earlier today, especially when you're playing on pitches that you're not too sure what you're going to get. You need guys that are sensible. Not saying the others don't have any sense, but you need guys that will settle down and use their technique and negotiate the surprising deliveries that will come. And Shea Hope is probably the best in the team to do that. So, I trust him to bat at the top, and whatever the pitch is like, I trust him that he's good enough to negotiate it and to help his opening partner through. Especially if Hetmeyer is back and we have Pooran at the same time, he has no reason to bat in the middle. Even though those two guys, sometimes they behave as if they are not senior players in the team. Azar Joseph could shorten his run-up. Sir Andrew Roberts did it with great success. But why would he though? Why would he shorten his run-up? Why would he shorten the run-up? What are you saying? He needs to gain more control. I don't know. Explain that. I know people shortening their run-up for different reasons, but what would be the reason for Azari? I would definitely play 3 spinners in Carrier, Sinclair, and Moti, says Taylor. And this is one of the few times that I wouldn't have a problem with it. Sports to the bone. My team for the second ODI, the batting order is as follows: Shea Hope, King, Arthanes, Hetmeyer, Carty, Sinclair, Shepherd, Moti, Joseph, Seals, and Thomas. All right, not bad, Colin, not bad. Sports to the bone. What do you think of Deep Das Gupata's suggestion to integrate 4 to 5 West Indies players into the domestic Indian cricket teams, the Ranji Trophy? As I said in the video that I did covering this, that would be brilliant. That would be very good for us. And I am sure CWI wouldn't have up. Well, I don't know. I don't know, because they do some weird stuff. But if that is something that BCCI would be willing to agree to, then I wouldn't have any problem. It's a good suggestion. It's only that, I saw somebody posting that they might see some potential and fast track 1 or 2 of them to the IPL if they see that they have the ability. But for a couple of players under 25 man wouldn't be a bad thing. There should be a place for Carty. The man batted well recently against a highly competitive bowling side and played the spin well, says Frank. I agree. Sports to the bone. When it comes to Test cricket and wicket keeping in Test, I think we can start giving Shea Hope a chance to keep to give us the stability with the batting. But the thing is, the batting is the reason why Shea Hope was dropped in the beginning, in the first place. So are you saying that we are going to finish with him as an opener or as a number 3 in Test and put him down to number 6 just so that the batting will work? It hasn't worked for him in red ball cricket, even though he was opening. So one might say that it's a little different batting at 6, but I don't know. All right. This is what I want to see tomorrow. Overs 0 to 10, 55 for 1, 10 to 20, 50 for 1, 20 to 30, 55 for 2, 30 to 40, 60 for 2, 40 to 50, 65 for 2. That's around 280 runs. Nothing magical is required. Just play through the gaps. I don't know if I was reading that correctly. So it says, okay. Oh, so it's breaking them up in segments there. But that is the thing, Remember, if the boundary is not coming, that not going to work, or they're going to swing. The worst thing about that ODI is that if they just batted it out with their usual 50% that ball rate, they could have made 150 at least. Sports, do you think a lot of teams would have exchange program with West Indies players? At this time, probably no. Maybe the Associate Nations would be interested. But our players are not highly sought after these days. Only the Alzari and the Kemar Roach and we would have seen Shannon Gabriel. These guys that are tested and proven. You understand? A lot of people are not running down our players these days. With Kirk and Ali coming through now, I'm hoping that they will play. But the problem is they don't play another test until way down in January. So hopefully, somebody can see them and say, make we try a thing. Do we rest Joseph for the second ODI, and if we win, play him in the third? Why? I would probably want to try him in the second to see if we can win it, and then we try to go for the third with him again. I understand them resting him though, but if he comes in the thing is, if he plays in the second and we win, we have to play him in the third again, man, to try and see if we can secure the series. But whatever the situation is, I don't have any problem with them resting him, whatever the decision is, because he has played a lot of cricket. Zimbabwe wasn't white ball last 2 ODI series were South Africa and UAE. South Africa. Zimbabwe was the qualifiers. Let's say head no good, So probably it was the UAE and South Africa then, and who we played before them. That Hussein had struggled a little bit, but I don't know. I don't know. Sports, I saw something in the last match that I never saw before. A groundsman came out to do some repairs to the pitch, and he was using a piece of board and a hammer. Help me out here. No, man, he was probably just flattening the surface, man. It's almost similar. I don't know if you have ever seen them using, I don't know if it's called a mullet. Hold on. I don't know if you have ever seen them using that rubbery hammer to knock. The board basically does the same thing, except you won't leave the little round circles from what the hammer would leave. So if you have a flat board going right across and you knock the board, then you're getting an even surface going right across. So I am assuming that is what you saw. West Indies should play Joseph, Thomas, and Seals, and they can pick which spinner they want. Couldn't care less about that. So you say go with the 3 seamers and then work with the 1 spinner. All right. I hear you. Left out Yannick Carrier because I want to play Sinclair as a batsman because of his recent batting form. Plus Sinclair could bowl tight over. Then if you want to play Sinclair as a batsman, then you have to leave out a batsman then. If you want to use Sinclair as a bowler, then you leave out a bowler. But I hear you. I hope Hussein is rested and not dropped, but you never know with these logic defined selector. That's what I'm thinking, Frank. I mean, he has had two poor series, but I don't know if you just drop a man that rise up to the to number 8 like that. Is not magic make him reach there, you know. It's not magic. I would play O'Shane tomorrow because the pitch looked bouncy. Yeah, the pitch started off bouncy, and then, you know, as you would have seen, it started to take the spin. West Indies started to look good until Skerritt and Shallow came in. Why is Carty being treated like this? He is a much more technically equipped. He's much more technically equipped than a lot of the batters in the team. My thing is this, you know, I wouldn't mind Carty playing, but he would have to bat a little higher. I wouldn't want him to bat at 6 though. You understand? So right now I don't have a problem if Carty play over the vice captain, in all honesty. It's just that we probably have to find a way to play him in. As much as how I am more leaning towards Carty playing test cricket and not necessarily ODI and T20, I don't know if he could do any worse than what the vice captain is doing right now, in all honesty. It doesn't matter if Hope open, if everybody keeps losing their wickets. That is true, you know, Bobby, but what I'm looking at is, you know, especially if the pitch is tricky, Shea Hope is more likely to stay there and negotiate it. Some of the guys, they you know, take for example how Kyle Mears got out. You understand? It was a surface that was tricky, and I don't know why he wouldn't just settle down, trust his technique, instead of facing 9 ball and running halfway down the pitch. You know, but you're correct though. If all of the guys keep on getting out, it's not going to solve anything. But I'm just looking and wondering, you know. Stop the foolishness. Carty for test and ODI. Hope to play test, but it is up to board and cricket. All right, boss. Board and the cricketer. All right. I think the batsman should. I think the batsman should. Motor. What is this now? Frank, you can't use them big word and I cannot read. Motor Prisco. Instead of a bat, they would look more proficient. I don't know. You know, probably have to stay within the laws of the game. You can't use that this. Just kidding about messing up the cricket. All right, I hear you. They better play O'Shane or there will be uproars. Could you imagine both AJ and Alzarian Seals sharing the new ball? I am hoping that is what will eventually happen. Sports about who is currently our batting coach, Lara, or batsman assigned specific roles and our batsmen assigned specific roles and scenarios on how to bat with the partner, or they giving orders, or is just express yourself on the vibe. Lara is not our batting coach. He doesn't spend enough time with the team to be our batting coach. You know, so Lara is probably there just to motivate, as they say, and to encourage. I am assuming who they have in the red ball set up again. I am assuming it's Raymond Reefer, you know. Not Raymond Reefer. What's his name? Floyd Reefer. Isn't Floyd Reefer the man there? Who they have there? Who they have there? Floyd Reefer. I'm trying to remember. Is it Floyd Reefer, Sammy, and the guy from New Zealand? Or is Carl Hooper? Who would they have there again? But I'm sure it's not Lara. In terms of the batsmen, I am assuming the batsmen they have to the scenarios change based on how the game is going. So going in, they might tell a man, say, listen, this is what we want from you today. But as the game go along, they have to be flexible and change it up. Sports about the team is more successful when Hope is opening with King, Carter replacing Powell and Sinclair for Shepherd. That could work. Sports about England really let Australia off the hook. Today, Australia were going nowhere fast when they were 7 down for still a good while behind, and Murphy smashed them and brought into the... Really? I actually left the game and went on the road, you know. And when I went on the road, I think it was Cummins and I think Cummins and Smith was batting still. I think Cummins and Smith, they were batting still. And they were probably still, England were probably still leading by 70. So I said, Murphy going and deal with the thing. We didn't even bat 30 overs last game. Who do we open with? Uh, no. Why West? I was saying that I would bring back Hope and King up there. Why West Indies, Sri Lanka, Ireland, Afghanistan, etc. don't because come together and develop their cricket together. The big three are doing it and being selfish after using us to develop. I guess it all has to do with money, and getting the players to available at the same time. How should bat in the middle order? Hope should bat in the middle order in this unpredictable, fragile batting lineup. If Hope opens and gets out early, all right. Sports to the bone. Why is Odin Smith not in the squad? He a much better option than Drakes. He is also lend in the batting and bring more pace in backup for Ocean and Joseph. I guess we're going to see him in the T20s. I guess he said that when he did an interview on Sportsmax, and he was saying that he was frustrated when he did not get the call to play the qualifiers. But then the selectors told him that he needs to go home and work and something for upcoming tours. So I'm assuming they are planning to use him in the T20s. Greetings, Sports to the Bone. Excellent work you are doing. Continue to grow. Any chance of getting an interview with the head groundsman from St. Lucia and ask him why our pitches were generally no longer fast? If I know the person, I could try and reach out. The thing is, a lot of people in and around the cricket, I reach out to them, but some don't reply and thing. In terms of groundsmen, I know the head curator at Sabina Park, so I probably could try and reach out to him. But if I don't know the name of the guys and and how to get in touch with them, I don't know. But that would be that's a good suggestion, though. That would be good. West Indies shouldn't play test ODIs to win. They should first try to bat 50 overs and stop giving away their wickets. Also, Sports and Bone, notice something. Every player out of the squad becomes 100 times more valuable than they really are when they play. Then fans call for those same players to be booted. This is us, This is us Caribbean people. We're the best. No justification to include Paul. He just can't bat. Bless up, Shango. Bless up. They keep picking T20 players for ODIs. No wonder they can't bat out 50 overs. Yeah. Shout out from St. Kitts and Nevis, home of Brian Messiah. Bless up, Z-Face. Bless up. Supernova, I wish those guys could bat out 50 overs and make 180 Saturday. Just look to occupy against the top teams. Can't expect fellows that think it through if they're not working on their skills. When are we going to stop blame the selectors? Abracadabra. I was thinking maybe CWI agrees something with Puran and Hussein to give other players a look in playing MLC works for them as well. Yeah, as I said, Moti has been in around the team for a little while now. Left arm spinner like Hussein, they already know what Hussein brings to the table. So even if they don't drop him and they say, all right, let's see what Moti what Moti is going to give us. And Puran, as I said, is more often than not available. So, they probably just say, all right, finish up that. I think Hooper coaches the batting. Is the white bar, right? So that would be Hooper, Sammy, and I think the guy from New Zealand. Lara is just there as a mentor. Lara is there as a cheerleader to cheer the guys as Sammy cheerleader or a white ball team also. But Sammy is doing that job already, so Lara don't need to do that. You see, that's why I don't really pay attention to some of the guys, some of the past players that are talking about people must stop play. Well, they're not saying they must stop, but some of the guys are behaving as if they don't know why the players are not settling for West Indies and they are playing T20 cricket. Some of the past players that can actually help, they are not signing any contract to coach now West Indies are to stay in the long term when they know they can freelance all over the world and make millions of dollars. That is why a lot of these guys not. Yeah, let me explain something to you. You see, if some of these guys weren't highly sought after around the world, the ex-players I'm talking, the former players, you would see a lot of them packing up in CW and trying to get job. And I can't stay there. They're fooling. Big up, I am playing Thomas instead of Drakes and playing Sinclair instead of Yannick, says Kurt. All right. Imagine West Indies coaches are regional bullies who never transitioned to higher levels. I like Hooper and his straight up nature, says Ian. How long Campbell have left in his ban? Now probably about 3 more years left, man. I think it's a 4-year ban. I think they were saying that they were going to appeal it, but I think that's a 4-year ban. When he comes back, I think he's probably going to be like 34, 35 maybe. Somebody can correct me, but I think maybe they're about, you know. He was basically on his way out of the team when that happened still in on, you know, and he was going to have to work back to get back there. So I don't know how he gets in. Sports at the Bone, Blackwood needs to go train for the World Championship. The only thing he does good nowadays is run fast on the cricket field. Boy, and I want to tell you that Jamaica could use another springtime, so probably you should do that. Yes. Batting lineup should be King, Hope, Arthur Ness, Carty, Hetmeyer, Mayer, Sinclair, Carrier, Joseph, Moti, Seals. They say Sinclair could interchange with Mayers depending on the game situation. All right. No escaping the reefers. They will be in the setup one way or the other. Singapore and Hong Kong, two outstanding financial cricket market. Or I say, try to get them to invest. The head groundsman in Ken Crafton, I think. All right. Hold on, let me see if I can. See if we can write down a name there and reach out. The thing is, you know, when it comes on to talking about these sort of things, I just trying to get the name, guy. Yeah. So when I remember, sir, a couple of years ago, Floyd Reefer was the captain of West Indies team. When I remember that. St. Lucia is a great cricket pitch. Even Shakira Salman said that it's the best in the region. All right. I say it is now the best in the region. All right. Sports at One, I hope those batsmen will play a better game tomorrow. We have to win the game for India players to stop laughing at our team. All right. Only 2 real fast pitch in the Caribbean for years now, and it's the one they playing on Sabina Park pitch, which they refuse to use now. The problem is the Barbados the pitch there that they are playing on at the oval is usually quick, but you know you're getting mixed things of recent. And as you know, Sabina Park usually quick, but one of the reasons why they don't want to put any international games at Sabina Park, the support is not there. Jamaica people, I mean, you'll have people go to watch the cricket, you know, but, you know, Gail and them guys not playing. So Gail had a large pull when it comes on to the Jamaica population, you know. So once that man is not there, a lot of people not going, and the team isn't performing again, you know that. Plus the drainage system is horrible. The drainage system is horrible. If rain fall a little bit, the game probably done. So there's a problem. Am I the only one remembering what happened when we, who was it that we played? We played in 2020 and the rain just drew a little bit and they had to call off the game. Look, I couldn't remember. St. Lucia have the best pitch in the region, says Frank. All right. Hope should be back at the top. I think it was honorable of Jason to not be available for this series to give others a chance. But you're saying that like he's a must pick to give others a chance. Even if he makes himself available, the selector should have the right to drop him or not, or should be sensible enough to know that either we drop him or we keep him. Knowing these West Indians, if them to make themselves unavailable so others can shine, it don't work. Because some of these guys will play until they're 50. We see people at 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 and still behaving as if they are they should be sure picked. So I don't know if these guys have the conscience to do that. You know, I don't know about that. Sports at the Bone, Hetmeyer don't get any runs. His return will be a short return because Pooran gonna take back his place in the team, and Hetmeyer will be the one to drop. I don't know if Hetmeyer failing in 2 games will mean that they will kick him out of the team totally. I don't poor and returning don't mean that Hetmeyer can't play. Have anyone check how lost the coaching look? How lost the coaching looks? Sports at home. What do you rate Hope's captaincy so far? It's hard to judge him so far because the bowling hasn't been terrible, but the batting hasn't been good enough. What can we do when the batting is a 2-man game? As I said, it hasn't been too bad, and I would be extremely wicked if I don't look at how things or well things went when we played against South Africa. So that was good. And as I said, the batting has been atrocious. 1 and 2 times his rotation of the bowlers and his field setting I was okay with. But I am almost certain I saw I think I saw that, but then I heard the commentator saying it, and it seems as if I was right. I'm almost certain I saw Sammy indicating to him from in the stands that he needs to use the spinners instead of the seamers. But generally speaking, his field setting, he hasn't been too defensive. And as I say, if you don't have people batting, it's hard to judge him. It's hard to judge him, but in terms of rotating his bowlers and setting the field, he hasn't been the worst, but I don't know if he's as aggressive in nature as some other people, former captains that we have had, but you don't necessarily need to be aggressive to bring result. As I said, I respect him for what happened in what we did in South Africa. So hopefully the team will be able to find them sort of thing. Sherwin, blessings. The only game I can say Hope was terrible as a captain was the 374 game when Netherlands scored 374 and he gave Hola that super over. As I said, and Supernova, I don't know if that was a mistake. Well, the fact that they scored so many people might say that, but I personally, with Alzarri Joseph not being able to bowl, if I was in the situation, I would have given Jason Hola the ball also. It might sound weird, it might sound mad, but Alzarri Joseph, my frontline bowler there, I probably wouldn't have gone to a spinner, probably wouldn't have trusted a medium pacer. So apart from Hola has been there and he has done that. Probably a year prior to, we were in almost the same situation, and Hola, didn't he take like 3 or 4 wickets in an over? People will say that he was falling off in the IPL, but the fact that Alzarri, they brought it to the umpire, and the umpire didn't want Alzarri to bowl. I personally didn't have a problem with Hola bowling it, I won't, because it didn't work, I won't back out and say that boy I shouldn't have given him it. I personally didn't have a problem when he gave it to him in the first place. Good point, I'm Casanova. Why are we no longer having games at Sabina Park? Please be something Sports in the Bone can investigate. You guys not listening to me, man. I don't need to investigate. Remember the last set of games that were actually played there? I don't remember if it was the last set, but before I left Jamaica, I remember I was there. It was big season. I couldn't enter the stadium. I couldn't enter the place officially, but I was there, spoke to the people. As I said, I know the groundsman and thing. So let us just say the drainage and everything is not the best in the world. And they're not getting anybody to buy any ticket to go and watch. And it's money thing. Who are the players for tomorrow? So we have been going through that, where people have been giving their playing 11s and things. What is the role of Stuart Williams? Somebody remind me, what role is Stuart Williams playing in the system now? You're wrong, Sports to the Bone. A lot of the ex-players ask for jobs, specific roles, and CWI is giving at deaf ears. Slow, correctly, Ambrose, and these young guys are cocky and don't like to listen to the elders. Bobby, I am not going to say that some other guys don't want job. Currently, Ambrose definitely wants a job. He has made it known that he wants to help the West Indies. He wants a coaching job. But I don't know if I am wrong in the sense that when I say that some of these guys don't want to sign contract, not all of them, but some of them that can help, they are not going to sign contract. They are not going to sign contract because of what they can get around the world. But you are right, though, in the sense that some of them want to help. As we know, Kurt Ambrose would happily take a job. You understand? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong to say that still. The ex-players want to help. Want to help. Maybe I'm wrong. Saturday, I would like to see our bowling attack with O'Shane, Alzari, Seals, Sinclair, Moti, Karya. Karya and Sinclair could be all-rounders. All right, Mohammed, not bad, not bad. I will be happy. Is Dominic Drake, Kyle Mayers, and Yannick Karya get? I think he's saying that he would be happy if those guys get dropped. Why would you be happy if Karya gets is dropped though? Is dropped. Why would you be happy? Remember when we were calling for Mayers to be dropped against New Zealand, and then he got 100. He gonna do the same tomorrow. Well, he's getting paid to score, so hope he scores. Sports to the bone. The T20 series, Dyer McAllister and McKenny Clark could get a look in. Imagine a pace attack with O'Shane Thomas, Odin Smith, Jair McAllister, McKenny Clark. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to play all of them at once, but some good pace here. West Indians say my 11 would be Hope, King, Hetmeyer, Arthurnes, Carty, Sinclair, Moti, Karya, Seals, Joseph, and Thomas. All right, not bad. Another spin pitch tomorrow. All right. Coach Sammy looked very stupid when with a pen and a paper taking notes in the pavilion in this age of technology. I mean, I like to criticize them, but I wouldn't even say that still. I wouldn't even say that because, the game is being recorded. I know the game is being recorded and, they can rewind this and that. But as a coach, there are certain little footnotes that you probably don't want be pulling a tablet and sliding it up and down every now and again. There are certain footnotes that when something happens, you probably just quickly drop down. Over 20. Over number 20, ball rolls through this man foot. Over number 19, this should have happened. You put on those little things, and sometimes when if it's a water break, you can give the 12-man fielder, you can tear out the page and give the 12-man fielder and say, carry it, go show him and tell him say this me say. So I mean the game is being recorded, but I don't necessarily have a problem with them writing down things. I don't know if it's because I watch so much football and I see the coaches always taking down notes, but there are certain things that you just want jot it down quickly. Sports to the bone. Do you think about Rutherford in the West Indies team for the T20 series against India? I don't know if he will be selected, but I think for Rutherford to get back into the team, I think he's probably going to have to play in the CPL. Not saying that coming off a contract and also working in the Canadian league that he can't get picked, but I don't know if they're going to select him. I don't know if they're going to just select him like that. Coming off what I heard the lead selector said, I don't know. We're bowling attack with O'Shane Thomas, Joseph, Moti, and Karya and Seals. All right. Maybe all these spin pitches is CW's idea of how to improve batting spin. Well, I don't know if it's even working. 2021 Pakistan, we lost a day and a half due to rain, and it was barely any rain. Think we still lost the game because it was too much. Boy, Supernova not forget anything, man. I can always count on Supernova. It was Pakistan. And I clearly remember I was still there in Jamaica and the rain barely drew or dew or whatever. And the game couldn't play. So these things are taken into consideration when people invest in their money. And as I tell you, people in Jamaica are not really spending their money to go and watch cricket again. You understand? You have people that will go and watch, but the support that they're going to get from certain other islands. And being a Jamaican, I want the cricket to play there, but I just have to tell it as it is. I'm not going to make it seem as if there's a big conspiracy to not give Jamaica cricket. I think I have a fair idea why we're not getting it. Channel, I would say in recently, no, Pooran is better than Hetmeyer. I don't live in the past like West Indies selectors. Pooran is the boss right now. All right. T20 get Supernova T20 get in Mayer's head too much. Phil Simmons, Gale, Pollard, Russell, Bravo, Cornwall, Narayan, Pooran laughing at West Indies. Right now, But does it not really matter. Hope captaincy have been awful. He selects an awful 11, says Sherwin. All right. They need to read the pitch of the ball instead of worrying about the playing pitch. Both teams are playing on the same pitch, but the problem about Kadabra, when you're not even quarter as good as your opponent, you need to try and find everything to work in your favor. You know, that is the thing. Sports Bone, Cornwall should play T20 only until he lose some weight. All right. King Coley scoring 200 runs tomorrow. Okay. Hope does not seem to have control of his players. I haven't seen anything to suggest that just yet. As I said, he is not overly aggressive and intimidating people or anything like that, who are holding people's hands behind their back. Not literally, but I haven't seen anybody refusing or screwing up or doing anything. But you know, I fully agree with you. Says, all right. Hola was the right choice. The only issue I have with Hope is the 11 he picks. But as I said, I can't be a hypocrite, Virgin. I didn't have any problem. If my problem would have been if he had given me the ball to anybody else, and that would have happened, I would have taken to social media and I would have said, "Oh, can you have Hola?" And most of us on here, if we're being honest, would have said the same thing. Most of us. Boy, easy, you know. What the coach does when a batsman gets out with the same shot outside of the half stump. Well, Davis, that is something that you're supposed to work on in training, you know, but you don't seem as if we are working on that in training. The problem is knowing where your half stump is, you know, and it starts by taking the right guard. Need to take the right guard, need to learn how to judge your half stump and know that you know, if you're and some of the guys, they're not moving their feet, so that's why the ball is so far from them and they just stand up and swing the bat. You understand? So they need to work on that. Thanks for the response about Sabah, and I would love to see Joseph, Thomas, and Seals in the next game. Let's rebuild the rally. All right, Maroon, blessings. Don't take what I say for Sabah as gospel, you know, but I have seen it first, and my opinion is that is the reason why it's happening like that. I worry about if Hope has the personality to command the excellence from his players. He seems to like a quiet personality to just let things be and just let everyone do as they want. And that can't happen, especially with some of our players them stay. That can't happen. You understand? You have to be assertive as a leader. You can't be quiet and assertive same way. Yeah. Want to score 100, all right? Guyana National Stadium has the best drainage system in the region. When I have a bag of money up, they have a bag of money over there too, you know it go. Sports of the Bone, I am patiently waiting, Sir Lyric Constantine to comment. What is he going to comment about? I don't know. Probably, Keith, you're always looking for the big wigs to be on here, you know. Always you're talking about Reds and some big wigs, you know. I don't know if we have them type of reach there. Let the game. Last game I remember at Sabina, Pakistan was when Odin Smith hit a 6 and damaged Cottrell car. All right. Sports at the Bone, when you send in your application to one of those jobs CWI is giving out in 2024 World Cup, you could be cricket fan engagement manager. That was up. Yeah, they have what? They have probably like I think maybe like I don't know, maybe 10 or so position they have going on there. You know, my problem is that I am not fit for what you would call it now, corporate. I am not fit for corporate. I chat too much and I call things too much as how I see it. And you know, I haven't sugar-coated enough things to get them sort of work there. You know, all they need to do is watch one of my videos and know that boy, this man not going to play ball, you know. So all they need to do is watch one of my videos. The other guys out there that work in social media world that sugarcoat things that probably would do a better job. I don't know if I would do a good enough job. Where is Mr. Distress? Is he still the batting coach? Over to you, Mr. Reds. And as I said, Keith, I don't know if we have them sort of pools. Them guys, we don't have them sort of pools there. In 2022 series of India tour of the West Indies, I saw Mayers was not playing the drive, taking sunglasses and double taking. I think he's saying singles and doubles. Doesn't play risky shots, and he had scored 2 half century in the 3 innings. Well, I guess he's no a master. He has no mastered the T20. You know, see man in the IPL a lick ball all over the place, and I think him probably, you know, instead of Correa, is there another leggy on the radar? Even I think the only other one that is close is probably Abjay Mansingh from Jamaica. Mansingh from Jamaica, he plays he plays for Jamaica. Yeah, I guess. Somebody remind me, is Brian Charles a half spinner or a leg spinner? Mayers, I remember him doing well and taking some wickets, you know, but I don't remember the type of spinner he bowled. Mayers was a good player at Test and ODI, but because of T20, became a 6-hitter. All right. Sports of the Bone, prep for 2024 World Cup. Do you see them finally starting up the regional T20 league for the local players only? Maybe a sprinkle of USA players would like to see players like Lewis and Rutherford. That would be good, Louis. That would be good. I see a couple of past players talking about it, and I mean, if we're serious in terms of competing in white ball cricket, especially with the World Cup coming up, that would be good. I don't know if they're gonna be able to attract the sponsors to do that, because you notice we are still playing most of our cricket. We're still playing with the white balls. We play with Dominica on our chest. You understand? And I am assuming that because the first game was played there, you know, it's some sort of partnership between them and the sports medicine, the sports ministry over there, and the sports tourism people. I am assuming, I don't know, but I think they will have to try and pull sponsors first before they can do them sort of things. And that is they would have to be paying more players and things. So as much as it would improve the cricket, if they can't find a way to get sponsors on, you know, that's going to be a problem. All right, Richard. Okay, I think he's talking about leg spinner. We only need one good spinner on Arthanes and Kirk McKenzie in Barbados. All right. Shallow and company don't want Sir Kirtley and the other achievers. They want Stuart Williams, Reefer, and Sammy all non-achievers. My thing is this, still enough, King. My thing is this, and I have always said that because you were an excellent cricketer doesn't necessarily mean you will be an excellent coach, or because you were not an excellent player doesn't mean you can't be an excellent coach. I won't say that. I don't know why it is that Kirtley Ambrose didn't get the job. He actually, I remember him applying over there in England a couple of years ago for the elite pace bowling role. He didn't get it, but it just goes to show that he wants to coach. Courtney Walsh had to leave. I think he had to leave, and then, you know, I think he was coaching. Was it Ireland or something like that before he even got the opportunity to coach ladies? Didn't work out too well though. But I don't know if it's a case of them just wanting to employ losers, because I have always said that, listen, because a man wasn't a good cricketer don't mean that they can't become a good coach. I didn't play, and I am sure most of you, we haven't played cricket above college or high school level, and, you know, certain decisions we think that we know, and we didn't play cricket at the highest level, and we can look at it and know that. So, you know, a man probably wasn't a good player, and, you know, he has gone on to study and could become a good coach. So I don't like to use that to say that, you know, if a man wasn't a good player, he cannot be a good coach. If we play the spinners tomorrow, we're gonna lose because it's just weekend already weak batting lineup. So I would play one spinner. All right. Good night, Sports of the Bone. We need to concentrate when batting. Yeah, that is a big problem. Yes. Ambrose said he told the past CWI president he would like to scout fast bowling talent in the region. President said it was a great idea, and he's still waiting years later to get a call back about that. But me tell you, these guys not serious, you know, man. In 2020, when I just started this YouTube channel, when I was talking about the pace bowlers and the situation, I see some people commenting and saying, all I have come to is problem. What is the solution? And I off the top of my head said, listen, the first thing you need to do, identify the fastest bowlers at the under 19 level. Give Kirtley and whoever some former players some part-time contract or you know some contract to be mentors for some of these players. Check in on them regularly, make sure they are following a routine. Check in on them. If they are not in the West Indies team, make sure you have a mentor managing them. But CWI don't want them thing there. If they are not, if them no business about them something there. Them no business about that. The person who said Sammy is stupid for talking, taking down notes are serious or that watch involved. Yeah, as I said, if you watch a lot of sports, you will know exactly why Sammy is doing that, you know. The game is being recorded, but you know, when you're on the sideline, it's different. It's different, you know. It's different. The old-fashioned way. I am sure we have people on here that have done some coaching. You understand? It flows better. I have been on the sideline coaching, and I can tell you, when you have a book or a pen and you just write down something and just drop it, and when something happens again, you pick it up and write it down and drop the book. It flows way better. I don't know. West Indies need our GOAT, Raston Chase, okay? Recently, Mears was a good player of Test and ODIs, but I think I read your comment just now. I think I read that one. Joseph should only play in the final match. He should be rested. They should use the series to experiment since no tournament points are at stake. All right. If so be the case, then if you test out back O'Shane, then man. Also, we need Hope to improve the ODI guys, because if not Hope, who the hell will captain? Alzari. We haven't had a pure bowler as captain for any side since Courtney. Since Courtney Walsh, we haven't had anybody, any pure pace bowler. We don't have anybody that is out and out there that can captain the team. As I said, if we let go of Manpoel right now, the closest to a vice captain that we can look at is Alzari Joseph. The guys that were coming up that did well at the under 19 level that you would be expecting to captain, who not running from the responsibility, don't have time to play enough international cricket, so they can't captain. One bag of foolishness are gone. You know? CWI will never hire Ambrose or Shandopal, etc., because they are not yes men. CWI only wants yes men. Why? I don't know at all. I don't know, but the cricket not going to improve like that. Right now, I can understand CWI now. A couple of years ago, when some of us were talking about CWI and what is happening, you know what they do? The man pick up Sammy, who was one of the most popular and the most liked person in the Caribbean, and say that he's a liaison. He will bring the problems of the players to the board, and then they can discuss. And we didn't hear anything more about that role until we hear Sammy a captain, Sammy a coach. Odin Smith should stay home. Young 26-year-old man can't even bowl 10 overs. I was bowling for 3 hours every day in high school. That is the thing, Bobby, because you put your body through it. These guys not putting their body through the work any at all. You understand? To see a man at that age can bowl 10 overs, it's not nice. You understand? It's not nice, you know. But as you know, back then players had to do the work to make the money. These guys only need to bowl 4 overs and 2 overs in T10 and T20 to make them money. So them not really busy about them things again. Why are we placing recognition on the bowling when we failed miserably in the batting? It is impossible to defend 115 runs against a formidable side. Like, come on, Richard, man. You have to understand the cricket better than that. Obviously, no one here is saying that the bowlers would have been able to defend that. But just like how we talk about the batsmen, we already said the batsmen not performing and they need to step up. It doesn't mean there is not room to improve where the bowling is concerned. You understand? But come on, man. Nobody on here is that, you know, to think that we could have defended the 114 runs. You know, I would have given Hussein the super over. O'Shane Thomas, Alzari Joseph, and Jaden Seals will be dangerous for the India tomorrow. Someone will get hurt. I hear you. You do realize that most of our pacers they keep their pace up for their first 2 to 3 overs and then it drop right down. I don't know, but I hear you. Don't Jamaica have a ground in Trelawney? Sheldon, don't even talk about that. Don't even talk about that. They have a ground down in Trelawney. It's called the Trelawney Multipurpose Stadium. That ground was built in 2007 when we were hosting the World Cup. Right now, more goats and cows run up and down on that field more than cricketers. And in terms of people, they keep more bandana, them kind of dancing thing there on that field more than how cricket play on it. I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I am giving out wrong information as relates to right now. But since that stadium was built in 2007 for the World Cup, more goats and cows, more goats have been on that field more than cricketers. Let me tell you that. I doubt that is the only issue. Supernova CWI wants to apologize as coaches. Sammy only get the post because CWI was hoping he could get the franchise fellows to return and that fail. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. Why Arthur has got out cutting the ball. Yeah, the ball was there. The shot was there. The shot was there, but because of the bounce of the pitch, I think the ball rode on him a little higher, and he didn't play the shot well. And Jadeja took a good catch, but he probably could have played a different shot though, but as a left-hander, that shot they going to light up your eye. Hetty Belly needs to rise up and give us an 80+ score. He hasn't scored much in 3 ODIs. We know the quality the man needs to unlock and have the man consistently playing. Yeah, the problem is before he even played the stupid shot, he didn't look troubled, He didn't look troubled any at all. He was confident at the crease. He was doing his thing, and then him gone and play one little mad shot. But West Indies' problem is they always put the last game behind them. It's like their record stick on saying that, but they should look back on past games and assess their performance. I think they are doing that. They're just not good enough. Yeah. Hope is my favorite, but he's a weak captain. He carries his weight, but he is not a leader of men, says Bobby. All right. Sports to the Bone. I want you to get an interview with Jair McAllister and McKenny Clark. All right, boss. All right. Not to single out those guys specific but let me say, a lot of the youngsters that you guys see coming through that have done well in regional cricket and are on the next level to getting selected. I have reached out to quite a few of them. Let us just say I probably don't have the pull to get them to come and talk to me. But a lot of the guys that you all are suggesting, remember I watch the cricket too, and I can see who are on the verge of probably making the team and who are, serious people that we can consider, but I just can't get some of them to really come on, The thing is, no captain seem to able to command the team to excellence. All right. Hope kept talking about preparation, which make me think a really big problem could be a lazy culture with some players in the team. What do you think? It's a possibility. But with Sammy coming in, I think that sort of culture would have to shift. Plus, some of the senior players who I think would be given problems as it relates to training. Some of them are no longer there. We have youngsters that are not fully established as yet. So I am assuming they would want to put in the work. So I am hoping that it's something that is improving. Why would Hetty play that shot at that time? It was a stupid shot. It was a silly shot. Most people that watch the cricket, watch the game would agree that it was a silly shot. Shouldn't have played it at the time. Oh, Brian Charles, I think At least I remember. I think the question was when I asked about Brian Charles. Sports to the Bone, you should bring in some people to talk about the game tomorrow before you finish the show. I was actually just looking at the time and noticed it's time for me to run off and go do something else. But as you rightfully say, I will definitely see if I can let on 1 and 2 people to come and give a say, and then I will be out of here to go and do other stuff. If you are there and I can confirm who you are, I will let you on. Past problems that we have had won't happen again because I'm not letting on anybody that I don't know. I am sorry if you are somebody that is new and want to come on. You're gonna have to reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, and we set up and I know exactly who you are. But if you are new and I don't confirm your identity as yet, me not let you know. So if you are here and I already confirm your identity and things like that, you can come on and give your playing 11 and why you're playing that 11, and then shortly after that I'm going to have to run. Rutherford should be playing for the West Indies. All right. Does he want to play though? Brian Charles, okay, Aspin, all right. Supernova drastic changes is needed. All right. All right. Sports at one batting lineup needs to shake up. Job Powell bring in King for him, but King is already in the team. Sports at the Bone, do you think this new Australia coach will, this new Aussie coach will see the state of our pitches and facilities and quit on the women's team in a year's time? The Aussies only know one thing, and that's winning. The thing though is it depends on if he's able to get jobs elsewhere. But as you said, they like to win. But if it's I don't know if they will use they probably will use the facility to get out of the contract. But as I said, they like to win, you know. So let us see. What the hell Spines have to do? Thingies and Spinners have to do with this loss. They want to drop the Trini again. Karaya. It's not everybody that is saying it. You know, some people saying it. But we know some people going to be back and forth about Trini and Guyana. I mean, I really have time for them foolishness there. But as I said, the batting was a problem. If I am to bring in another spinner in Sinclair, I would definitely keep Moti and Carey, and it would have to be for one of the medium pacers or so. You know, but I'm not going to go down that road with the thing. Breaking Harry Maguire is miss replacement in PSG. Okay, you're always trolling, you know. If I think Sheldon, is that you, Sheldon? Let me see if we can hear Sheldon's playing 11, and then we can think that. Sheldon, what say you?
Yeah, good night all. Well,
yeah, man, blessings, Sheldon.
You know, I batting hope on top with King.
Yeah.
Tennis 3, 34. Right? I dropping long mares to 5. Well, Paul will have to play because he's the vice captain, and I need him in a frame of mind for the T20. That's why I had to play. If we didn't have T20s, I would have dropped him. But seeing that he had a play against this side for T20s, he had to stay. I'm bringing in Sinclair, and I'm batting him at 7. Right?
Yeah. Sinclair for who? Drake?
Yeah, Sinclair playing for Drake.
Yeah.
And I'm batting him at 7. At 8. I'll go in with who are batting at 8, boy?
Probably Karaya. You're not playing Karaya?
I'm playing Karaya, yes.
Where is he batting?
Well, that is the thing. Now I want to play
Joseph. You need to drop the vice captain, Bridging, and put Carrier in the team because Carrier can bat. And Carrier put well, so he has to play.
But the problem is, my problem is I want to play Thomas
and Joseph together.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Right? But that means if I play Karaya, I got to drop Moti.
That can't happen.
Then I might have to drop Correa and play Moti because I definitely play in Sinclair.
Oh, so you're bringing in Sinclair.
I'm bringing in Sinclair. Because as I say, I want to bat him high. I want to bat him at number 7. Right?
So it sounds as if Drakes and Shepherd, they are gone.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Drakes and Shepherd out. And you're thinking about dropping one of the spinners.
Yeah, I want to play some specialist bowlers, right?
Yeah.
I want also my batsmen to go hard, attack India, and
like what Kyle Mayers did.
Well, Kyle Mayers had the wrong idea, but poor execution. Right? Is not that he didn't have the correct idea, no. He just executed it poorly.
Come on, the idea couldn't have been right that early when the pitch was misbehaving. The idea would have been right in over number 10, 11. But I hear you.
Yeah, but when he got out, Anthony came in with a very aggressive attitude, except that he was executing.
He was playing straight and playing the ball on the ground.
He was executing it well until he played an ill-advised cut shot.
Yeah.
Right? So attacking India is not a bad idea, but it's just how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't think India expecting us to attack them and put them under pressure. So that if we attack them, the surprise might work in our favor.
Yeah.
Right? And then, I want to attack them with the bowling, right? Joseph and Thomas to open and Seal to control the middle overs with the spinners.
Yeah.
And of course, Kyle Mayers to give me some random overs.
All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, sports.
Yeah, I think Sir Ian is on. Talking about, hold on, Ian. How do you read spin? I have said it on here several times. If you're playing at the international level like Lara and all of them, so you need to learn to read the spin out of the hand. I am not good enough, so when I'm playing cricket, I mostly have to wait until the ball hits the pitch. But you can't do that at the international level. You need to learn to read the ball out of the spinner's hand. Yes, I'm Sir Ian.
Right. So, but I thought I would have a very good stage to say this, but I think Powell had to get dropped.
They're not but Powell, based on how it went, if we go and bring in Carty, Powell is the only man that if we go and bring in Carty, you have to drop him for Powell, or if you bring in Sinclair and you're playing 3 spinners, you're gonna have to drop him and then Carey are gonna have to bat a little higher because he has the ability. Well, let me hear you.
Well, if you look at the side we played there, my changes, Powell had to go, you bring McCarthy, right? So already you're dealing with the batting, right?
Yeah.
We having a problem with Myers now. Myers is becoming chronic.
Yeah.
His performance is horrible every match. Nobody talking about it. And I love Myers, but my God, how long again? Myers failing almost every single match and putting us under pressure within the first 5-6 overs. Right? No, Myers is one of the best batsmen I know as far as on the offside and thing, but like they get the address because just like this guy, Myers seeming to do the same kind of thing that this guy used to be Blackwood and out in a kind of foolish way in the offside sudden catch. And I just find that we have to find somebody else to open. Right now, I think Myers could take us down too.
Yeah.
I was sitting home Powell. I was letting Powell sit down. I was letting Myers sit down. I'm tired. I can't be watching cricket every morning and I depressed after the first 6 overs. A man gone already. I tomorrow I will see on a Saturday. See tomorrow. I just get my little soup and thing and relax.
Yeah.
Nobody to put me under stress.
Yeah.
Good.
What do you think about this, Sir Ian? Poor and to replace Powell when he comes back and give the vice captaincy to Heckmeyer. What do you think about that?
I have no problem with that, but Heckmeyer.
Come on, man.
Hold on, listen. I have Heckmeyer. No,
You side the debate, man.
so Hetmeyer cannot be vice captain because he doesn't. We don't know his commitment where his heart is.
Yeah.
So he cannot be vice captain, but definitely with the batting suggestion, of course.
Not even only that, Sir Ian. If Hetmeyer is committed to play cricket for us, Hetmeyer can be the vice captain because he has led before. He was the under 19 captain. He's leading Guyana, so he has the ability. The only problem is not settled in the team. That is why you can't give him it straight away.
But not only not settled in the team, he's not settled in the team not because he's not good enough. He's not settled in the team because he don't want.
No, it's not because he's not good. Hetmeyer is one of the best we have. It's just that he's T20 thing.
He's not committed to West Indies cricket because he has the franchise. So you can't have a man as a vice captain who not have the full commitment. But once he has the commitment, even if he play franchise, is okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you have to balance it though.
Right. So Puran, I don't know if Puran's supposed to be coming. Puran coming anywhere. Where Puran?
More than likely, Puran going to return for the T20s. By the T20s time, I think this whole MLC is probably going to finish by that. I think Puran will return.
I think, honestly, that I will drop both Myers. I not interfere with the bowling much, you know. Because the bowling didn't fail. You see, the
bowling is not the problem, you know. People just talking how they would probably improve it. The batting is obviously the problem.
Yeah, but why? Tell me this. When you are a teacher,
do
you scold people for performing well?
No, I don't, you know. But what I'm saying is, in sports, there is always room for improvement. I am not saying that. I doubt people are saying that. Well, the ones that are saying drop Correa and drop the bowlers, I don't know how that would work. But there's always room for improvement in every sport. You understand? And a team winning, doesn't necessarily mean it's the best team. You can always improve. But the batsmen are really the ones that fail us. I agree. The batsmen are the ones that fail us.
And so when you're troubleshooting, you deal with the problem. If you fix an amplifier and no current in the amplifier, you go try to fix the transformer and all that, and it had no current in it. You had to find out why it had no current. You first had to fix the plug. And then you come up, and then the power supply.
Work your way through.
The batting is horrible.
Yeah, the batting is not good, man.
You go fix the bowling after. But you cannot take those four bowlers, people like Correa, people like Moti, people like Seals, and people like who's the other one was bowling with Seals, and the other
we have Dominic Drakes and Dominic Drakes, Moti, Correa, and who else did we have? We had Romario, Shepherd, and them guy.
Right, Shepherd you can understand because Shepherd didn't really perform. But overall, when you look at the performance, right? A lot of them would have do better if they didn't catch the ball. It had a lot of drop catches.
But I don't know how you get ball out for 114 and still find a way to drop 3 easy catches.
I don't. But the thing is, the only part I feel a little good is when Correa shot catch it, he run out the ball.
The Correa was actually celebrating already, you know, but I think I don't know if the ball took a deflection and the keeper's hard, but at that level you still have to catch that, man. You and I might not be able to catch it, and that is why we are seated on the chair. But at that level, you need to catch that. You should catch that.
Did you show your children why the man got run out? Did you all discuss? You know why he got run out? He bat was in the air. He already crossed the crease. But he didn't grung the bat. He didn't skate the bat into. So it might look like it might look like.
Yeah, man. That is one of the worst ways to get out in cricket, man.
Yeah.
You know, that is the first thing you learn how to run between the wicket, how to slide the bat.
Right. So let me get my side. So as I said, McCarthy will be coming in.
Yeah.
This guy, is McKenzie.
Kirk McKenzie isn't in the squad.
Oh God.
He's
not in the squad?
No, Kirk McKenzie not in the squad. Yeah.
I find that ridiculous because I thought, well, we had them young fellas at Atenays.
Yeah.
McCarthy, and we had McKenzie on the borderline. I didn't know he's not in the 15.
No, he's not there. They only have him in the test squad. Hopefully, he will eventually get in based on how he plays. In my opinion, Artanes and Mackenzie should be playing both ODIs and T20s, but he isn't in the squad right now.
Well, then I don't know. I don't know what to do now because I was gonna bring him into when I
Yeah.
drop Powell and I drop because looking for an opener, right? And I even think Atenes could open it, between you and me. Right? Because if I remember correctly, Atenes is a left-hander, right?
Yeah, it's a left-hander.
And the other guys are right-hander.
Yeah, except Dominic Drakes and Hetty. The openers would be King and Shea Hope. They are both right-handers.
Right. So I find
and Mayers bats with left.
Yeah, so we could use our right-left combination. Who's our next opener again besides
So it's Brandon King, Shea Hope, and Kyle Mayers.
King is our right-hander.
Yeah.
King good. King is a good player. So I would say King and Atenes open, and then McCarthy one down.
Yeah.
And after McCarthy one down, Hetty coming in, and from there they could shuffle it how they want after that. But the world I live in, it's not 50 over game, brother. The world I live in is one of my 5 specialist batsmen.
Need to make 100 and bat 40 overs.
With somebody at the bat through, we can't be the jumping bowlers and you're giving bowlers 115 runs and what kind of shit is to defend. Come on. We have to give the bowlers something to defend.
Exactly.
And that is our problem is the batting. So that is mostly the change I will make. Akasi sees bowling real good.
So I say we can drop what you say? Maybe drop Yannick Correa and bring in O'Shane Thomas.
Oh boy. You're going to upset my supply avenue, boy. Listen, we don't want to experiment with O'Shane right now. And you know.
No, you wouldn't be able, you wouldn't drop a spinner and bring in a Asim. I just wanted to hear it.
No, if Correa, just get me. If Correa was horrible, I would be the first.
I know you would call him out, sir. Yeah, I know you would call him out, man.
When there's a leg spinner, you're going to go for a little more runs because your technique, you go have some full toss something as you spin the ball behind the hand and go kind of flip up sometimes.
Yeah.
But even with Correa, is who drop him? Somebody drop a catch. Right there.
It was Brandon King. That's the one that I was saying that it seems as if it deflected off the keeper's pad when he went to Brandon King at slip, but he should have caught it at that level. He should have taken that catch.
Yeah, but I look at tomorrow. I want to see something done by the batsmen. I good with the bowlers.
Yeah.
See the first 6 batsmen
need to score.
Need to do something. Somebody had a bat through, and Hetty was a man, I
said it's right here. And Hetmeyer had no problems. They weren't giving him any issues until he just played that shot. He was comfortable there.
Gentlemen,
he was comfortable. He should have batted through.
Yeah, he and Atenes was the 2 most comfortable batsmen. And I say to myself, nice. Hetty go stand up there and give you a little 70. So.
I don't know, man.
And kneel down in front of people wicket. And try to do some kind of madness. I couldn't believe. I want to know what the hell going through this man's brain. I can understand if you tell me 2 more overs to go.
Yeah.
We chasing a good bit of runs and you had to try something extraordinary. All you had to do is to continue playing normal.
Yeah, at that time it wasn't called for.
So that is it really. Let me deal with the batsmen. Let me clean up the front. Powell need to sit down. I would have moved Myers. I would have moved up Atenes to open. I would have let Atenes open with King and second down McCarthy and then Hetty and then we going down. So that is my side.
All right, sir. Yeah. I think I heard Sheldon in the background coming in again. Yes, Sheldon.
I want to go back. I want to go back to a former plan where one of the top 3 has to be batting at the 40th over. Somebody out of my top 3 has to take it deep. I want to go back to that plan. That plan to me was one of the better plans we had. It would have resulted in at different times one of our top 3 scoring centuries.
Yeah.
Right? I want to go back to that plan.
Yeah. Hetty is the main man. Hetty played in India. Hetty know the Indian bowlers. Oh gosh. Oh gosh,
They-
I shot to hit.
that's
Oh,
what I'm
God.
saying. They weren't in Hetmeyer any at all. All he needed to do was just don't let the talks get in
Yeah,
his head, settle
Oh, you
down
see
and
why
back.
I
but
get vexed? You see why I just get
but
vexed? And people say I
Hetty,
don't like
Sir
Hetty.
Ian, Hetty's skills have now been geared towards T20 cricket,
No, but
But that is
right?
not stupid
no,
to
but
cheat your
Sheldon, that
I
is
would
how
even
you
say
know
that Sheldon
quality
did
players
it.
are able to switch in between. Rohit
And what?
Sharma is a three format player.
Well
Not
said.
saying he is yet at that
Well
is at
said.
that level as yet, you know. But you have
Ishan.
players, you have young players. Ishan Kishan is a opening in the cricket. They are grooming him in test, and you have to be able to switch in between. And it
Yeah,
is said
but
to do that.
we saying you're saying that, but here's what.
Mm,
Rohit Sharma and them playing all three formats, right?
mm,
Baba Azam playing all three formats.
mm-hmm.
These players that you're talking about that able to shift between formats, they are playing the formats.
Only that.
When last Hetty play some red ball cricket?
All right, good. But here's
That is a good point. That is a good point.
I
But
think his main
he
point
should be mature enough to not play that silly shot. But that's a good point, Sheldon.
his main point would be, and this is what I would agree.
Mm.
The role Hetty was playing in the 2020 was a do or die role where they sent him to do their madness. But you have to understand, he's not playing that role in West Indies.
Mm-hmm. I get what Sheldon is saying. What Sheldon is saying, the other guys play all three formats, so they are able to switch between.
And then too, we have to realize that once you become a T20 player, right? Losing your wicket really don't have much consequence because you're just there for, if you're a finisher, you're just there for, let me say, 30 balls or whatever at maximum, right?
He's a starter in this game.
Right, so losing your wicket ain't really of no consequence. You're there to either up the rate or settle, right? So that you find Hetty in normal batting in franchise.
Yeah.
He got the first few balls, he gonna be batting at around 100 runs per ball. And then he would up the rate once he stays there or he doesn't get up. Right?
Yeah.
But brother,
and that's his role.
We can't wait for Hetty to get. Hetty had to learn overnight tonight.
Yeah.
He had to really walk in there.
The thing Hetmeyer knows exactly what he needs to do, right? That shot was just, I don't know if the keeper or somebody said something to him. But that shot was all for any at all.
And here was the next thing. If Hetty plays two more crazy shots and gets out, there will still be people lobbying for Hetty based on his past glory and saying he's the best batsman we have. Although he hasn't done anything since 2019, he's the best batsman we have and so on. So that there is really no consequence for success or failure on his part.
Yeah,
right?
The thing is, all right, yeah, continue.
He is back because here's what. People demanding that you play now for your home team and do well for your home team.
I mean, Hetmeyer is not, to be fair, Hetmeyer is not short of suitors in franchise cricket. I want him to play for the home team, but in fairness, probably there are three people, maybe there are three people in the Caribbean right now that can guarantee IPL right now.
The players that got the big money this year were the English players and them who would have done well in the World Cup and so on, right?
Yeah.
They got the big money, right? And of course, Puran would have gotten big money because he's a double talent.
Yeah.
He could play as the wicketkeeper and he's also a batsman, right? Yeah. But when you are single skills, they want, because it is a product you're selling, so that you become more popular if you're playing and doing well for your country.
Yeah, you are correct. You are correct. People want to see you performing well at the World Cup level. And if you're a youngster breaking through and you weren't known before and you play in the World Cup and perform well, you're likely to get a contract. So you are correct. People want to see you playing at the international level.
Also, I heard someone say it. What Hetty has to understand, he's now a senior player.
Yep.
He is not no young boy now come out.
Mm-hmm.
He need to take responsibility of the role. Hetty has been given one of the most important role in the batting. Hetty have to come in and to really stay there and bat deep. That is the role he have now. He's not a tail ender.
Man,
Yeah, you understand?
I have been
Yeah,
saying
but,
for years, sir,
yeah,
Ian,
but
West Indies cricket is not good enough to have Hetman and Pooran batting at 6, 5, and 6. It's not good enough.
yeah,
Them
but
guys
then
supposed to be batting at 4 and 5 behind each other. Pooran not there. Hetman is supposed to be batting at 4 if Hope is opening and bat at least 30 overs at the cricket. And stop the foolishness.
But then I was listening to Athanaze. Athanaze said the only time he realized how serious life is when he get dropped from the island side.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh.
And he realized, hey, you know, with all my talent, I could get dropped.
Yep.
And after that, he come back and he's serious and he start making runs and he start focusing on the cricket.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
so that life must have consequences. So that players, it doesn't matter how good they are, must know that you could get dropped and you could stay on the sideline.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who calls for you, who do the Facebook. And I mean, I have an issue with certain people's better halves ridiculing the West Indies and that sort of thing. I have issues with them kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, the
45.
thing is,
But,
if Hetty make a duck, I don't mind. Once let me say if you get a real good ball, you come in and you get one of the greatest ball, and you're out. I could be okay, but you know, is the lack of application as irritate me.
You see, these are the conversations that it's hard to understand. Look at my good friend Anthony here says Hetty only came back from T20. Give the man some time to get his groove back. Players like Powell have to get the game time and doing nonsense for
Trying to tell Anthony. What trying to Anthony
he needs to understand is we're not I don't
he can make a duck, it's okay, but he can't get out of
the time talk. Yeah, continue.
He can't. What Anthony had to understand is this. When I hear Hetty came back on his side, I was very excited. Because especially because Pooran wasn't there.
Yeah, exactly.
He go put on an anchor and he will take that responsibility to bat through. No, I'm not coming down on Hetty because he didn't make runs alone. It's how he gets
Exactly.
out.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not hard to see, you know. Let me tell you, sometimes when we have our favorite players, if we're not hearing goal about them, we think it's tearing them down. Hetmeyer is talented enough and is a senior player enough to go out there and perform to a certain way. If he gets one ball, he's not the first player to get that. But when you play certain shots and get out, people are going to ask you to be responsible. It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Right.
I don't know if Hooper could talk to him because remember Hooper would have given us the same kind of frustration, Ian. Remember Hooper back in the days playing some of the easiest sixes, you think, and next thing you know, he bat up one as if he playing bat up and catch.
But that is the thing. Carl Hooper is a perfect person to talk to him. Carl Hooper will say, listen, I was one of the most talented to have come through. I looked good when I was batting. But listen, I did not achieve such and such because of the slip in my concentration when I'm batting. You need to do this. You need to do that. I wasn't able to do this. That doesn't mean you're not able to do that. And you know that's how you talk to youths.
Yeah. Let's talk about Powell. What really going on with this man? Like he lost all confidence.
It's the same thing. It's the same Powell that has always been. Powell was there. I have always said that Powell is a T20 cricketer, right? Powell played some Super 50, made some runs, work his way back into West Indies cricket, made some runs in ODI for us. But it's just the same Powell, you know. He's just back into the slump where he's probably gonna have to go and work on his game again and probably come back and start performing. But it's nothing new. This is not Brian Lara or Sawan dropping off a shape. It has always been this way.
I don't know.
That's
I would like to investigate what happened to him in the ITL.
Let me tell you, Powell has always been this way.
Because no, he was doing relatively well before he went to the ITL, right? And after that, I don't know what happened in the ITL. He lost the captaincy. Then he went to the IPL, and he failed there in the first couple games.
And then they never picked him.
Then he went to the bench, and that was it.
Yeah,
what we need to understand also, you know, Ravman Powell is now playing as a specialist batsman, so there's less wiggle room for him in them sort of cricket. In franchise cricket, it's easier for him to get dropped because he's not giving them a 3-4 overs as usual, you know, so that it's quicker for him to get dropped.
It's not that he did improve on spin, but now he getting real good spinners. Is his technique still not that good for spin?
Let me tell you, it looks to me, as I have said it before, it seems to me as if these guys are reading the ball out of the pitch. Yes. So when you have, I'm not going to say the ones that he played against when he just came back weren't good, but this is just Powell. This is Powell being Powell. Powell, I'm almost sure this is how Powell played when he was playing club cricket for the University of West Indies in Jamaica. This is Powell being Powell.
No, I think what has happened is that spinners, right, have realized that, hey, if they bowl the ball faster, right? Remember Rashid Khan was the first one who started that. Bowling quite quick as a spinner, right? And getting a lot of wickets. So that now
you don't have the time to watch the ball off the pitch, man. That's how them can bat.
Well, that's the thing. So before, when spinners was looping the ball and so on, you could have watch ball off the pitch. Now, if you read the length and line and thing out the hand, you're in trouble.
Right.
So that players don't have the time to adjust, and I think that affecting players who weren't traditionally good against spin.
But I thought, like with spin, I could be wrong, that if you get to the pitch of the ball, it doesn't matter what direction it's turning. If you could shuffle and you have that confidence to be able to shuffle and get right to the pitch of the ball, whether it's going to the left or right, you hitting it just on the bounce. Like
you have to be able to bat to do that. That's the problem. You have to be able to bat. And when I say bat, we're not talking about clearing your front foot and heaving. Right. There's a reason why Lara and Shandopal and all of them guys. There's a reason why them guys, Brendan McCallum and them guys could do that. Because them can bat. Those guys can bat.
Exactly.
You can't stand up steady and bat spin. That don't make it
exactly because when you do that, you force the bowler to drop shorter.
You throw the man off him.
You step back and you lash him when he drops short.
The main problem about dancing down the pitch is you want to make sure you cover the line of the ball. Right. Some of the spinners have a style when they bowl the ball, the angle changes. It's as if it's coming this way and then it's straight up on you. So you want to make sure you cover the angle of the ball. So and that's why
Lara many times dance down and just play it down. He just and also realized okay. But these men staying in the wicket, they staying in the crease. And like the foot stick in the back line, and like they're afraid to come to the pitch of the ball. I don't know.
They don't go in that thing, so they don't have the confidence to dance on. They just stand up and thing, and the ball is coming too quickly, so they can't read what the ball is doing.
But the thing about it too is that to do that, you have to be quite light on your foot.
Yep.
Right. Them fellas and them not very fit, and they're very muscular. Remember, they're very muscular because they putting on muscle to hit sixes.
Yeah.
So that they don't have them quick footwork to be able to dance down the pitch and that kind of thing.
You're supposed to be a dancer when you're a cricketer.
Not that what his name said, if you can dance, you can bat. What's his name? one of the West Indies greats said that, listen, if you cannot dance, you have to be able to dance to be able to bat spin.
Not Viv Greenwich, you boy. Greenwich,
One of them batsmen from back then.
But
I don't
the
know.
bottom line is you have to be able to know how to move your feet. You have to be light on your feet. You have to be. Listen, I remember when I was playing cricket. Sometimes when you go into the pitch of the ball, it's about 2.5 steps you make out your crease towards the ball, you know? And you just play it down and there.
But that's the thing. That's where playing down the ball and checking your shot comes in. You know, when you're down and try to pick up the line of the ball and try to get to the pitch of the ball. If you're not getting there, that's why you check your shot. That's why you. But I don't know. Tomorrow we're gonna have to make some more runs if we bat.
Yeah, but
some batsmen before you run, some batsmen used to start their run. They reach down the pitch, they play the ball, and they continue running.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first run there. In other words, that's the style. They come up to the pitch of the ball, Bram, and while they're running, they finish their first run. So they're even going back in the thing. They're running one time as they hit the ball, and that's how they used to make runs. And a lot of them big players long time.
Yeah, but you know what I'm wondering? Don't they show footage of great players of spin and so on? Does these fellas watch any footage? Let me say a Lara against a Shane Warne, a Lara against a Militaran, that sort of thing.
They're not doing them things. All these guys do is plant themselves in the crease and try and swing. That's all them do. That's all them do.
Because you have to watch footage.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
And then go out and execute. I don't know. I figure them fellas not spending enough time on the training field. I figure men have to go to.
You can blame coach for this too, because I'll tell you this. I think they don't understand the science. They didn't get the science correctly. And when they don't get the science correctly, you're going to play the wrong shot for the wrong ball. Yeah. Right? But everything have a system, everything have a science behind it. So things don't happen. In other words, I learned to bat. I remember when I used to play for college and so on. I was a bowler, but I never bat much. They never take me on. But when I wanted to bat in Savannah cricket, I took up two books by Jeff Boycott and by Ian Botham. And let me tell you, one of the greatest books I ever read. But I learned with Botham with bowling and batting. But Jeff Boycott, that book teaches you how to get in line with the ball, how to bat in, how to bat pace. Exactly. Yeah, you know, man, one of the greatest coaching things. Jeff Boycott, one of the greatest batsmen when it comes to technique.
Them things on the internet, sir, Ian. But these guys, they don't spend time. They don't spend time doing them sort of things. It's almost the same thing. They don't spend time training. They don't spend time running. You know, things to improve.
And it's easier now, sports. It's easier now. You can't get LBW when the ball pitcher outside the leg. Long time you get LBW with Ramadan and Valentine. That is what they changed the law for. They couldn't bat the West Indians because the West Indian would bowl the ball outside the leg and you get LBW plump. Now they changed the law because they couldn't bat the West. Okay, so it's easier.
Big point right here. Big point. Let me read this one. Look how Lara Reid, Rashid Khan, all these variations come out years after. But look how prolific Lara is. He keeps up with the game, builds on his knowledge. Am I the only one alongside Ian here that saw the clip of Lara batting to Rashid Khan? I'm not gonna say Rashid was bowling a million miles, but after him the bamboos, Lara have him doing this. See Lara dance on the pitch, cover everything, cover there.
Yes.
I mean, I don't expect every batsman to be a Lara, but these are simple things that you need to do to improve your craft.
The science.
Yeah, but Lara was always doing that because that's how Lara learned to play the game, right? These fellas and them can't do that.
I
never learn.
I remember in Fatima Ground, I umpired a match and Lara batted. And Lara bat reaching high up over his waist. One big bat because he was smaller. And Lara playing for first 11. And I see when Lara come down, sometimes Lara tell me about 3 steps to reach the ball. but he reached into it though because his footsteps so small because he's a little fella. And I see Lara coming, and all you see is the full face of the bat. You see, you could see the maker's name, everything. The way that man played that bat, straight. If you see technique, boy, and
Yeah, that
Bunty, a lot of credit for that.
Lara was something else. So, final words coming from both of you guys about tomorrow now. Sheldon.
Well, as I say, go out and attack them. I believe in going out in a blaze of glory, right? Rather than going in there, look defensive, look stupid, and still get out, right? Put some runs on the board early o'clock, right? And get the middle order something to build on. Right? Hope had to go on top there and control the whole innings, try to bat through, because he's the only one that looking like he's serious. He had to carry the batting. Right? He had to give me a century tomorrow somehow. I don't know, kicking, screaming. If he give me a century off of 80 balls, the rest of them go pick up the slack.
Yeah.
And that is it.
All right, Sheldon, thanks. Sir Ian.
Right. Well, in closing, if we play in the same team, I would not be that happy. Because I don't expect Myers to do anything better. Not at this stage.
Yeah.
I don't expect Powell to do anything better. I would have put Atadis to open. He's technically sung. And he opened with King. Right? I drop in Powell.
Yeah.
And bring in McCarthy. And if I see those two changes, I would be happy. If I don't see the two changes, they could upset my Saturday soup. So no, they could upset, and I enjoy my Saturday soup.
Yeah.
So, it's time West Indies. No, don't get me wrong, we're not getting rid of them fellas, but Powell and this guy, Myers, even though Myers is bold and all that, them fellas just need to take a rest now and let two young fellas step in and take over. Time for Atenes now. We are looking at Atenes as a senior player now because Atenes have more discipline and all of them. Right? So I would put seriously so Atenes play. Like Lara. Atenes looking real fucking good. You understand? So I would open, but as I say, King, I bring up Atenes, I put in McCarthy one down, I put in that boy Hetmeyer, and
4.
Yeah, and I wanted something to shock him when he started to do shippiness. You know, I call it a shock at them animals sometimes to get them to sense in them. But if Hetmeyer could put on a big score, take my word for it.
Hetmeyer need to make a century tomorrow, man. He has the ability, and that is people don't understand. That is why we come down hard on people like Hetmeyer and Poor, and it's because we know they have the ability to do it.
This man have 5 centuries already.
Exactly.
He know what to do, right? And that is it. So I'm closing. That's the two changes I'm making. I don't want to see Powell there, and I don't want to see Myers there. I want to see McCarthy come, and I go to go.
All right, Sir Ian. All right, Sir Ian. Thanks much. All right, yeah, man. I think the game is what 9:30 tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Heard Carrier say that he learned his trade by watching videos of Lara and Warren. Then the guys need to go watch and see how Lara, but Warren Muraliturn and the guy from Pakistan. What's his name again? Dinesh Kaneri, I think the spinner from Pakistan. I'm not watching no cricket. Anyways, we're gonna leave it right here for now, guys. Thank you all for coming out and supporting as usual. Sir Ian and Sheldon with the wealth of knowledge, as per usual, coming and sharing with us. So we're gonna leave it right here. We won't be able to do a watch along tomorrow. I will be home with the little man, so I'm gonna be watching the game. So hopefully after the game, I can do a little video talking about it. So we're gonna leave it right there. Big up on yourself and stay safe, everybody.
Okay, then. Bye.
All right, blessings.